Okay, it's running. So today we're gonna take apart this little Thinkpad and replace the sound card, if all goes to plan. So I've got the service manual open and now we gotta find out how to remove the keyboard first. I can already see. Okay. So there's a few little plastic tabs here that we have to remove. And to get to the screws, I'll just pick a really small flathead bit here.
Okie doke, really, I got it where it's running. There. Much better.
We're already live on tape.
That's almost exactly like my Acer that I have. It's got clips right up there that holds the keyboard in.
These are not clips, they're just little pieces of plastic that are basically glued right on top of the screws. And I just pull them out, trying to be careful not to scratch it up. One day I'll have to replace the display unit because it has in the upper corner it has some pixel errors, but it's not that bad. When playing games you can barely notice it.
Those are always fun to fix. I had my Game Boy fixed at one time, but that backlight mod kind of killed it.
And with any luck, the sound card will be delivered while we're still working on the disassembly. Oh, I left out one. There's one more to remove. Oh yeah, and if all goes well, I will also replace one of the connectors. Okay, this was step one. Now it tells me to remove this one. That's out. And there goes the keyboard. Now these are all easy. They just pull out just like that. And same for the hard disk. And same for the battery. You have to be kind of careful with the battery because as you can see, this is not really original. I already took this apart and it's basically all made of packing tape now, but who cares?
How much life did you give the battery?
It lasts about 10 minutes or something, because these are the original cells. I didn't replace the cells, I just revived them basically. Okay. So let's see. Next step is removing the display, and it has 4 screws back here.
That has that rubber on the top lid, doesn't it?
Yeah, originally it had it, but you can see only this is left. I already removed most of it, and I removed the rest at one point. Or the point is, maybe I'll replace the whole display unit, and then I'll have to do this all over again, because this original rubbery surface, it gets kind of disgusting over the years.
It melts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of like this. The plastic underneath it is really nice. It has this black sparkly surface. And I like that much better. Okay. Oh, these are really tiny. I need a different screwdriver.
Oh, no fucking way. That's amazing.
What?
You almost have the same toolkit that I have, almost.
Yeah, I bought these when I got my remote controlled helicopter, because that's really tiny and it has the tiniest screws I've ever seen. But when trying to fly it, I crashed it into my closet a few times, and now it's totally broken.
Damn.
Yeah, I have replacement parts, and one day I might fix that one as well. Okay, so it should be... okay, there's more screws up here. Some of these screws are already kind of loose. It's almost as if it had been taken apart before. Here's a broken piece of plastic.
How easy is it to rebuild cell packs where the batteries get like extended lifetime? Like if you replace the cells in the pack, are you able to get the shell casing back to its original size, or?
You mean in general, or for this model specifically?
I got a compact Armada, but it takes a bottom loader style battery, where you press the clip and the battery drops out of it. So I guess I'd have to figure out how to disassemble that carefully somehow.
Yeah, these batteries, they are most of the time they're made specifically so you can't replace them or disassemble them. that's why I had, for this battery, I basically ripped it apart. I had to cut away all the plastic to get to the cells. Come on. Oh. Okay. There goes the display. Front infrared, we don't need that.
You look very pretty today.
Thank you very much. Rear infrared, that will go. System board assembly. I have to... Okay, the rear IR has to be removed first. So that's this one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use these infrared ports for anything really.
PDAs is what I used to use them for.
Okay,
I think I had a Windows CE that I used to use for the infrared ports to connect to my Windows XP at one time.
Yeah, once upon a time I had a Windows CE device as well. Okay, now we have to remove this connector thingy, I think. It says to gently push here, but there's nothing moving at all. Oh, okay, that came out. Okay, we have to remove the power switch first. Okay. There goes the plastic. That's already out, and then we have to remove a whole lot of screws. The nice thing about these Thinkpads is that you can still get all the service manuals online. So it is rather easy to do work on them, because these service manuals, it's really well documented, and there's every single screw is listed with what kind of screw it is and everything. So that will also help a lot in putting it back together. Because a lot of the time the problem is when you take it apart, all these screws, they're all different in length and stuff, and if you put a wrong screw in the wrong spot, basically if you put a screw in that's too long, you can break a lot of stuff. So it's really nice to have that all listed. Okay. Oh, there goes the modem. And that's the part. This is the modem, and this will be just I'm not gonna put that back in because I don't use it. I'll use the space for putting in a different connector for the video ports.
Wait, did you unhook that, or did it just snap off the main board?
The modem?
Yeah.
That's a slide-in thingy. It's actually kind of neat. Wait, it goes in this way. And it has this slider here, and you just push it out. I really like this Thinkpad. It's like today all the notebooks you get, they're purposefully built not to be disassembled, but this one, it's almost as if it were intended to be taken apart. Okay, I think I will have to remove the... Or will I? Is this plugged in? No, I should be able to... Wait a minute, I'll have to scroll back a bit. Battery pack, hard disk drive, keyboard unit. I'm not sure. Okay. We'll have to take this thing out as well. Okay. This is the memory. The memory on this unit can be expanded. I could switch one of the modules for a 64 megabyte, but I am not going to do that right now because simply I don't have one and it's not that very important to me. It has 72 megabytes of memory, which is plenty for DOS and Windows 98 stuff. So here we have the mainboard unit. Now we need to take that one apart. Let's get further down. That's out. Can I take this thing out somehow? Should be possible because there's a screw underneath and I need to take that screw out, so oh, okay. I'll need the smaller one. Yeah, so what I wanted to say is this unit has weird memory configuration. Basically there's 8 megabytes of RAM on the system board itself, and then there's another 8 megabytes on the memory adapter. So this card, it has the 2 DIMMs, but it also has underneath here 8 megabytes on board. So if you don't have any memory modules in, it still has 8 megabytes plus the 8 megabytes on the system board, so you get 16. And then you can add more, and the maximum you can get on this unit is 104 megabytes. But I would have to replace one of the 32 megabyte DIMMs with a...
My Armada goes to 2 gigs. 1 minute, I'm actually going to check that. Because I'm going to order a power adapter for it on eBay. Because that actually used to be my grandmother's laptop.
Okay, so here goes the shield. Here's some thermal pads. What's underneath you? Never mind. Step by step. What comes next? We'll have one screw here. And I have some hope that at some point I will be able to replace the fan with a different model, because this one is really loud. There should be another connector, kinda. Ah, okay, I need to remove this piece of rubber. There we go.
Okay, the Compaq Armada M700 that I have and it used to run Windows 98, if I remember correctly.
Oh wait, this is the wrong model. 760. Ah, okay, this is the one. So I have to disconnect this one. These cables, they are horrible. Especially when they get old, they get kind of brittle. Okay, and I also have to take out these in the back. Not sure if it's the right ones I'm taking out, but whatever. Interesting enough, this was what I just taken out, is the floppy drive connector. I'm not sure why they put the floppy drive connector on the video card, but yeah, that's IBM. So now we should be able to remove this card in one piece, in theory. Let me check if there's anything more. There should be another connector somewhere. Okay, there's one connector back here. Plugged in here. Yeah, it comes out. Oh, there's one more screw to unscrew. There we go. Oh my gosh. Can you see this? This little tiny thing. This is the heatsink for the CPU. And now I know why this thing runs so hot, because if you can see it, the heatsink sits on here. But if I see correctly, the CPU is on the other side of it. So what happens basically is the heat has to travel through a PCB before it gets to the heatsink.
What the? Why? That is it built for thermal?
Yeah, I guess it's
It's
optimized for maximum overheating.
I still wouldn't want to take chances with that though.
Okay, so now I kind of want to take out this thing, which should be the CPU part, if I guess correctly. Yeah, funny enough, this isn't the... There's no CPU on here. This is just the voltage regulator. Maybe this is the CPU. Oh my gosh, this thing is weird. Ah, this is the stupid DSP crap thing. That's the piece I want to replace. So let's take that out right now. But I really want to expose the CPU, at least to see it, and maybe replace the thermal compound. Okay, so this is the sound card. And what we see here is the horrible DSP chip, which is weird enough soldered onto a PCB, which in turn is soldered onto the PCB. Can you see this? They actually...
I have seen that done twice in my lifetime.
This is
on a another IBM has this as well. I don't think it's the one that you have, but there's another laptop that my uncle was working on that had that. Similar chip with similar design. I don't know if they're both... I know they're both the same company, but I don't know how bad they were with the other one.
But what kind of bugs me is that we are still not seeing the CPU at all.
Underside of board, or maybe in that heat shield?
Maybe it's underneath there. I'll just follow along with the service manual. DC card, we have that out. DSP audio card, we already have that out. That's already removed. CPU card. Okay, so that will be the shield on the lower side that we have to take out, I think. And for that we have to remove all the screws from back here. Gosh, it's gonna take forever to put that back together. And removing all the stuff is not the hard part. But
putting it back is...
Yeah, well, because when putting it back together, I'll have to actually check every screw so I use the right one, and that's gonna take much longer. But we'll get there. And the new sound card is still not delivered, so at some point I'll have to spontaneously jump up when the doorbell goes. It'll be fine. Oh, they want me to take out these as well. This one is the connection for a docking station. And at some point I would really like to get the docking station for this, because the docking station has SCSI hard disk and CD-ROM, I think, and also an ISA slot. So that would be a really nice addition.
I wish I could afford SCSI hard drives.
I've got some around.
I got one in my HP server that's dead. It spins up really fast, but after that the controller just goes and then it don't work.
I had one of them that didn't even get detected at all. So the controller just didn't see it. But
that's what's going on with the one in mine.
But I had this controller has the function to low-level format it, and after I did a controller level formatting, after that it showed up again. I guess I'll have to take these out as well. One of them is already loose. Yeah, they're all kind of loose.
Really, which do you think I should buy? The Compaq Armada charger or the UPS battery?
It's hard to tell, but what's more important for you?
I'd have to say the computer. The uninterruptible power supply battery I can always get later. But computer charger, that's getting kind of hard to find.
So I guess I'll take out this as well. Okay. That was a little bit unexpected. This seems to be the CPU card. Or is it? Yeah, there we go. I think this is the CPU. Weird, I've never seen a CPU like this before.
What does it say on it? That is weird.
It's a Pentium 166 MMX, but it's really, I've never seen one in this form factor before. And the this outside here, it's soft like flex cables. This is really weird. So I'll show it again, but yeah, you'll not really be able to read much of it. But it looks to me as if it would be possible to solder on more memory here. But of course I'm not gonna do that. And here's a thermal pad that I may replace later. Okay, so this is what connects to the CPU, and then this other heatsink that's on top is somehow supposed to... No, that's not even making contact at all, I think. That's... I don't know. So there's really no direct contact from the CPU to the heatsink. Okay, so now it's all taken apart. Let's see what's underneath here, just because I'm curious. Oh, there's the chipset. It says Intel PCI set. I guess this is the second one of those. Yep, Southbridge. There's another IBM chip. We've got a Dallas chip there. But for now, there's nothing I can do here. So what I'm going to try and do is this is the keyboard, and inside of the keyboard there is supposed to be the BIOS battery. And I'll take that apart and see if I can maybe replace it. It is still working, but since this laptop is like 25 years old, it's very likely that this BIOS battery is running low. So it's just I already have it taken apart, and it would be a nice time. Is there another screw underneath there? Oh, no. So, this remember correctly, there should be a way to flip this open.
There's not a door on there?
What do you mean?
There's usually a little door that's held close with a clip on certain
I think I've seen something that okay, maybe I'll have to take out some more screws here. Yeah. Yes, these have to come out. And there's supposed to be 2 batteries in there, one rechargeable and one button cell. And of course I'll not be able to replace the rechargeable one because I don't have one. But we should be at least able to see it and check if it's in good condition. Okay, so now it's only held in place by a couple of plastic slabs in the front here. Let's try not to break them. Oh. Because I really don't want to be forced to buy any spare parts. I'm even thinking about maybe if I get this thing in perfect condition, I might even sell it.
But wouldn't you want to keep it after you get it in perfect condition?
Yeah, kind of, but if I get it really nice, then it would be at least worth something. Okay, so this is the... Is this the rechargeable one? I'm not sure. I'm gonna take out this thing. Okay, that just unplugged. Okay, the speakers come out with it. Oh, there's a whole lot of ribbon cables. I hope I don't break any of them. So here's the button battery. But as you might be able to see, it's not a simple battery, but it's it has this cable connection and is kind of wrapped in something here. So I will not be able to just drop in another one, which is kind of sad, but I just have to live with it for now. But as I said, it does still work, so yeah, that's not a priority at all. That was just like, oh, we're here already, so we can take the extra step.
Back when machines were built with quality, Windows 98.
What's up with Windows 98?
I said back when machines were built with quality.
Yeah.
I guess MS-DOS also quality. I have to say XP and down is where everything was built tougher, and like Vista and above is where everything plastic. Like plastic, not like ABS plastic. Well, aside from the tough books were pretty cool. Those things used to get beat up. Technology class. So
my guess right now is that like maybe at least 10 to 20% of the weight of this laptop is just screws.
Did you say it's just screws? That's the weight?
Yeah, at least 10 to 20% of the weight of the laptop is gotta be just the screws.
It's possible.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna take a short break. I'm gonna stop the stream for a moment and I'll be right back.